Hi! This is part of my Poshmark series, how to get started on Poshmark, what is Poshmark, Poshmark tips, etc. So I'm going to just go over for you guys the first steps you'll want to take in making your first listings. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the App Store and you're going to download it for free. It should only take a couple minutes if even. You'll download it, then you will go to your main page, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. So it should look something like that. You can see a little bit. At the bottom of that page, at your header there, it says Sell. It's a center button, looks like a camera. So you're going to click on that, and it gives you the option to take a photo directly from your phone. But what I like to do is upload pre-edited photos because you want to show off the item at its best. So you want to, make the lighting a little brighter, make sure people can see all the details, etc. You can add a photo of yourself wearing the item if you think you can model it nicely. You can also search for a professional model wearing the item. There are a lot of options. Some people get really creative with this. They lay it down flat on the floor and they put like all little accessories and stuff like that, and it can look really cute. But in my experience, it isn't necessarily the creativity of the shot that gets you the sale. It is the clarity of the shot, and people just want to know what it's going to look like. So I like to go for the modeled photos or wear the item myself if I can. So you're going to click on the little file button that's to the side there, you can see. And you're going to upload your photo. You're just going to click on a photo from your camera roll. You're going to click choose. It's going to say create cover shot. I edit my photos ahead of time, like I said, so I don't bother with these. These are like filters that Poshmark provides for you. Because I didn't really like the filters they provided, to be honest, so I don't use them. You can add up to 4 photos on Poshmark. If you need to add extra photos, like if there's a stain or an extra cute little detail you want to show off, what I always do is I use like an Instagram collage app, and I add the photos I want to be together there because Poshmark will only allow you to add 4. Your listing is free, as you probably know already, so you don't have to worry about that. The next thing it's going to do is it's going to ask you for details. The first thing is the name of the item or your title. So I'm going to pretend that I am listing this top. I love this top, so I'm not going to list it, but I'm going to pretend like I am. So this is just a purple blouse from Urban Outfitters. The brand is Pins and Needles. So what I like to do is put in all caps the brand name first. So I'm going to put Pins and Needles, and then a few descriptive words. So purple floral blouse. You can only put a few characters in there. Purple floral blouse. Done. Then it's going to ask for a description. People get lazy with their Poshmark descriptions. I'm guilty of this. Because you are typing it all out on your phone, you can kind of just be like, well, it's a purple shirt, it doesn't have any holes, and we're good. But people will ask you the measurements for it, people will ask you how sheer it is, what's the material, that kind of thing, and it's up to you and how much time you have. We all have a different amount of time to spend on this. How much of a description you want to put. When I have time, and like I said, I'm guilty of not doing it, but when I have time, I will take measurements of the item, so from shoulder to shoulder, the length, if it's got different lengths in the front and the back, I take both lengths. I'll mention that it's sheer. You definitely want to do that if you're posting an item like this. I'll mention that it has pleats, and you want to use some complimentary descriptive words. It may sound silly when you're speaking it, but when you're reading it, it really helps the buyer picture the item on them or in their closet. So for this, I would say, beautiful purple floral blouse from Pins and Needles, sold at Urban Outfitters. Good condition with no stains, rips, or pilling. From a smoke and pet-free home. Button up front, pleated details, 3/4 sleeves, and that's it. And then I might put something like reminder that I do 15% off all bundles. Bundle and save, or something like that. Okay, so after you have put in your description, you are going to go to category. So there's a lot of categories to choose from. It can be a little bit confusing. But so for this, I would just go down to tops, blouses, and quantity, you're going to leave blank. Because if you're selling out of your own closet, or you're selling resale, you probably won't have a quantity of the same item. But if you sell a boutique, which Poshmark allows you to do, and I'll get into that later on in the series, but if you are selling a boutique, you will probably have multiple of those items, and that's when you would use that feature. But for now, just leave it blank. Size, you're required to put in a size, so this is an extra small. Say this was a plus size item, or a petite item, or a junior's item. You want to make sure that you note that, because all of those items are going to fit differently, and Poshmark gives you the option to do that. So for us, this is just the standard one. It's extra small. Brand, you can search the brand. Some people wonder if they should put Urban Outfitters or if they should put Pins and Needles. I put Urban Outfitters because I think it's going to get more exposure. Other brands where people wonder about that are like Anthropology, which coincidentally is the same company as Urban Outfitters. I just think that more people are familiar with the name Urban Outfitters or Anthropology people than they are with the little brands like Pleon and Mauve or Maeve and Pins and Needles, those kinds of things. So I think it'll get you more views, but if you feel more comfortable putting Pins and Needles or the actual brand, then go ahead and do that. And if you don't find the brand of your item in there, you can just add it in. It's no big deal. But what you don't want to do is add it under a similar brand. So if you have a bohemian top, and it looks like it could have come from Free People, but it's actually from H&M, don't put that in as from Free People, because that is against Posh rules, and you will upset people, and you will lose your ability to become a suggested user in the future, so you don't want to do that. The color options are really limited. I would just go with the most similar color, but if you see the colors and you're like, this is none of those things, you just add a color description to your actual description instead of putting a color. It gives you the option to tell them whether it's new with tags or not. So this is a used item, it's not new. So I would put no. And then original price. When I first started using Poshmark, I was like, how do I remember how much I paid for this item that I had like 4 years ago? You probably don't. So if you have older items, one thing that you can do is you can go to the website where you bought the clothes, or the website that sells clothes by this brand, and you can look for, like, say I want to know how much a Pins and Needles blouse is going for now. I can go to Urban Outfitters, look for a brand Pins and Needles, and see that their tops are going from $45 to $65, right? So that's probably what I would put. It doesn't really matter so much, but it's nice if you can get it kind of accurate, because this will show how much of an overall discount you're giving. So, and if you buy items from thrift stores and you want to resell it, that's another handy thing you can do too. If the piece is not vintage, you can again just Google it and see what it's going for, or things from its brand are going for now. And if it's vintage, you should probably just put original price 0. But unfortunately, it has a negative effect on your on how much of a discount Poshmark brags that you have. So I always like to search for what items in the same brand are going for. And then your listing price. People make offers on Poshmark. So my advice is to list high and let it collect likes. So, let's say this top is $55 new at Urban Outfitters. I am going to list it for $30. And that might seem high, especially since people are paying $5.95 for shipping. But it's not too bad because people will offer and they'll bundle and they'll actually get it for a lot lower. My target price is not $30, it is more like $12. And people will haggle with you, and that's what you'll end up making. So, and you'll collect more likes that way as well. And then that's it. So that's how you list an item on Poshmark. Thanks for viewing, and we'll see you next time.